You think your grandfather's so cool? Well, my grandfather's he's even better. Yeah, he fought in the war, he did. And you know what? This is what he told me about how we won the war. This is what he said.
So one day, whilst in the army, I was posted to somewhere in the desert, and it was a remote base, in the middle of nowhere, amongst the sand and the rolling dunes. And as I arrived at the base, I was taken on a tour. And the man, he was pointing out the various things. There's the mess hall, he said. That's where you can eat, drink, and have a good time. There's the dormitories. There you'll be sleeping with your fellow army mates. Very well, I said. And in the middle of the town, or the base, I saw a big white tent, and I pointed to it, and I said to him, "My good man, what's that?" And he said, "Well, obviously, this is a base full of just men. Sometimes we have our needs, and they need to be satisfied, so within that white tent you will find the answers to your satisfaction." I said, "Well, you might be just a base full of men, but I don't think I'll stoop to such a level, so thank you very much, but I'll stick to the dormitories and the mess halls, if you don't mind." But time wore on, and 3 months passed, and I was beginning to get a bit ravenous. And so I went to the white tent, and I pulled back the tent flap, and there in front of me was the biggest, most beautiful camel I'd ever seen in all my life. And oh, the lust within me grew and grew, and so I couldn't help myself, and I leapt forward, and we became one. And oh, it was gorgeous. And I stopped, stepped down, put my trousers back on, and went outside and saw the man in the middle of the square. And I called to him and said, "Oh, well, I suppose that's how you guys do it here, hey?" And he said, "No. Usually we just ride the camel into the city to go see the ladies. But I did it for king and country."